This video has turned into like one of Jay Leno's monologues, only not quite as funny. You remember Jay Leno? Did anyone used to watch The Tonight Show with Jay Leno? I used to love that show. Hello there, it's me again. Right, now I'm just down here, not far from St. Bede's Well actually, and this is the area I did a previous video before down here. It was lighter then, the lighting's terrible now. This is where the slag heap used to be. That's the only name I know to call it by. I don't know if it ever had another name, but a friend of mine, actually, was it a friend? Somebody told us on YouTube. Oh yes, it was. Somebody on my Facebook, that was it, not YouTube. I'm not doing anything paranormal by it, I'm just telling you about this story that he told us. My friend on here told me that years ago, when this was still a slag heap, that they blew the place up to get rid of all the slag, or whatever it's called, I guess. And they were going to turn it into grass and trees, I guess. He said a tramp was in there unbeknownst to the people doing the explosions, and he got sadly he got killed in the process of the place getting blown up. That's what he told us. I didn't know about this, but so according to my friend, basically a tramp died here with all the explosives that went off. So in theory there should be maybe, I don't know, maybe the ghost of a tramp round here, somebody who was down and out, you know. But from my little investigations down here, not that I've done that many down here, I just don't suppose, not at this bit anyway. Noises in the trees over there, I don't know what that was. I haven't recorded any anything that would suggest there was a tramp in me midst, if you know what I mean. But he could be here somewhere. But I haven't heard of any stories of anyone seeing anything down here. So if anyone watching this video has seen anything down here, I'd be interested to hear what you've seen, or if you've heard any more stories relating to this area, what used to be the slag heap and stuff. Be very interesting to hear from you if you've got any information about anything. I am aware there's a lot of wind-up merchants online as well. They might say, "Oh, I saw the Yeti down here one night when I was taking a walk in the dark," you know. I don't know, you never know. But you know, something like that, you know, they might just make some cock and bull story up. But you can usually tell if someone's making it up, unless it's a really clever, elaborate, realistic sounding story. Like it might sound like it could possibly be true, but you never know. But I'm open to anyone, you know, coming along with anything they might have heard or seen down here, or like even if you just heard stories from your auntie or your great grandmother or something, your great uncle Henry or something. You know what I mean? Anything at all to do with anything mysterious or anything to do with paranormal or anything, or what could have been, possibly could have been paranormal or something similar. And like I say, the lighting's not very good down here at the minute because it's after 8 o'clock in the evening and it will be getting dark soon. So I've come out a bit late. I've just had a packed lunch down here actually, on the seat further up there. But it's very cold today as well. I think this might possibly be the coldest day of the year so far. Feels like a winter day actually. It's quite windy as well. It's not that windy where I am right now, but it's windy over there. You can hear in the trees and stuff. But I think this is another good place where they could put some new seats, because they've been putting some new seats along over there, and but they're on the path. They could put some here, like over here somewhere at the bottom of this bank. That's the big mountain I was up on the other video the other day. It's quite high up actually. It might not look that high from down here, but it is when you get up there, believe me. But it would be nice, a nice place to put some seats down here, I think. You know, I think it would be a good spot, to be honest with you. Because why do they have to put all the seats always on the path? You know, some people like to go off-road for walks and things. mooching about and stuff, exploring, you know what I mean? So it's just an idea anyway, if the council's watching, you know. Put some seats over here maybe, next to the trees and everything. Be a good spot, I think. Do you not agree? Do you not agree? Anyway, it's just an idea anyway. They should have put like a, maybe like a mini pond lake thing down here maybe, for all the birds to go in and stuff. And maybe for the odd person to go for a swim, you know. Be handy, wouldn't it? Because they've got them up next to the metro lines at Luke's Lane, like some lakes, or a lake. But there's nothing down here. Just lots of grass and lots of trees. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and a few seats now in St. Bede's Well. But as anyone knows who lives around here, St. Bede's Well is just basically a rectangle hole in the ground, and that's about it. Used to have a cage around it years ago and stuff, but that's long since gone, unfortunately. Right, well I'm just going to walk along here for a bit. I don't even know if this video is going to be usable, because when the lighting's crap on certain cameras like this one, the colour like drains out of the image, you know, and so it's not like very brightly coloured and stuff. If your lighting's not good, you know, but you can still probably see is okay, it's just the colour's not great, unfortunately. But the thing I like about this camera, apart from the night vision, and it's really compact as well, is the fact that it has an extreme wide angle lens. So when you're holding the camera at arm's length, like I am, actually it's just less than arm's length, you get so much more of yourself in the shot and the background. Whereas when you're using like a phone, even if like one of my phones got a slight wide angle lens, you get a bit more in the shot, but not as much as this one. So it's really handy. This has got a similar degree of wide angle lens as the action cameras. Actually this camera is very similar to an action camera, only it has the night vision, which action cameras pretty much don't have, I would say. I don't think the GoPros have night vision either, they don't. And they cost an arm and a leg to buy as well. But I was looking at some action cameras recently, and I found a very good one. I did looked at some reviews for it on eBay, and apparently it only costs, well, 40 quid, between 40 42 quid. Some people are selling it higher than that obviously, but if you look around you find it for that price. And it does 4K, but it only does 4K at 30 frames per second. That's the frame rate obviously. But it does 1080 pixels at 60 frames per second and 30 frames, so you can pick between what frame rate you want on the 1080 pixel setting, but not on the 4K. And the make of the camera was called, oh damn, what was it called again? A Casso or something? I think it was called a Casso or something similar to that. And like I say, it's only around 40 quid. And you get a remote control with it that straps on your wrist, so you can actually start it recording from the remote control, which you strap onto your wrist if you want to. So that's handy as well. And it has Wi-Fi, and you can set it up so you can view the screen view from the camera on your mobile phone if you want. That might come in handy in some occasions, I should imagine. So I've ordered one of those because I need I really wanted a waterproof camera. I think this one might be water resistant. The other one's waterproof if you put a plastic case on it, if you go deep sea diving or something, or you fall in the river or something, you know, and you weren't expecting it, but you got the camera on you. You might think, oh, there's some good stuff under here. I might as well do some recording while I'm down here since I fell in. You never know, but you know what I mean. But the thing is, if you put the case on the other camera, apparently it doesn't record sound, so that's not much good. But somebody said it's water resistant even without the case, so I hope that's true. But on one of the videos I watched, there was the sockets for the leads on the side were exposed, so I don't know if there's a cover that goes over them or not. I didn't watch all the video, but maybe there is a cover, hopefully. If not, it won't be that water resistant, because rain's going to get in them sockets if there's no cover over them, isn't it now? So, but anyway, it looks like a really good camera, and it's got the wide angle lens like this one. I don't know if it's the same exact degree, like amount of degrees angle as this one, but it should be still very good. I watched some preview test footage from it on this girl's review on YouTube. It was very good, I thought. Sounds not amazing, but still decent, you know. So I'll see what that's like when I get it at some point. Shouldn't be too long. shouldn't imagine. So, anyway, my back is effing killing me. So I think I better switch off for the minute. Right, I've just come into these trees here. Come into these trees, does that sound right? I mean, I've just went amongst these trees here, and it's really quite much darker. And so I decided to switch to night vision, because you wouldn't be able to see very well. You would, but it would look crappy because of the exposure would be all washed out, like I say, even worse than it was outside the trees. But I'm just going to take a little wander through these trees here and stuff, and see what's what. But I mean, there's not many trees here, but it's somewhere to have a look around anyway, and while I'm talking and stuff. But there's a fair few trees, but this is not the biggest amount of trees there is around here. There's bigger areas of trees than this. Like, for instance, just surrounding St. Bede's Well, there is way more trees than what there is here, but this is still a nice spot nevertheless. I mean, why go miles out into the country to find lots of forests and woods and greenery when you can just go out your front door, your back door near your house, and you've got them right here, basically. That's what I say anyway, because I don't have a car or anything, so I can't go far away right now or anything. So this is the best I can have for the minute, so to speak. So yeah, but like I say, I don't think I'm going to see any apparitions of a tramp down here or anything like that. I'm not expecting to, but I guess he might be around here somewhere, unless he went back home, wherever that may be. Hang on a minute, what have I just said there? What have I just said? I just said, unless he's went back home, but he was homeless, down and out, he was a tramp. He didn't have a home. What the hell am I talking about? How can you tell I haven't had much sleep? What I mean is, he could have went somewhere else, maybe to his long lost relative's house, or great uncle, I don't know, his kid's house, I don't know. Maybe he could have went somewhere else, is what I'm saying. Not all spirits or ghosts stay in one spot. They do move around, you know. I'm not sure how far they go or anything. I don't know what's the furthest distance the spirits ever travelled. Maybe if they get on the National Express, they probably go quite a long way, I should imagine. Or if they get on a plane at Newcastle Airport, maybe they could go off to Miami or somewhere like that, you know, California. Because well, there's a there's a kind of a story I've got attached to something like that. Should I tell you about it? Let's think. Right, let's just put it this way. I once knew these, well, I know these two spirits, right? And they once told us, because they were watching, there's a situation comedy series used to be on, starring David Spade. You know the actor David Spade, he was in Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, Chris Farley and stuff, and Lost and Found, films like that. Well, and Joe Dirt, of course. Well, he was in a TV series called Rules of Engagement, and these two spirits I knew said they were thinking of getting on a plane and going all the way to America to try and find David Spade, because they quite liked him from watching the show and the films, but they never went. So, but they did talk about it. That's a fact. I heard them talking about it and stuff. So yep. But they never went. I think they did tell us they once went on the metro at Felgate Estate Metro Station, or they were going to go on it, but they didn't get on. They went to the station, that was it. They went to Felgate Estate Metro Station, and they were going to get on the metro, but they didn't. So anyway, I'll not tell you any more about that. But that's where I know anyway. But apart from that, it's getting even darker down here now. So I'm just gonna, and I'm still in agony, and holding this camera like this isn't helping that fact. I can tell you that much. Even though it's just a small light camera, it's still causing a lot of pain. Well, it's not causing the pain, it's adding to it, shall we say. I'm a glutton for punishment. I did say to a few people though, you know, because I eat a bit of bread here and there, and you know how bread's got gluten in it? Well, I always used to say I'm a glutton for punishment because I eat quite a bit of bread. Get it? Gluten. Anyway, never mind. But I can't really walk far down here because well, you can, but it's kind of there's a lot of like short foliage beneath your feet here. It's not exactly a path, but I'm going to try going through anyway. I'm surprised I haven't scared the life out of some birds by now, because usually when you're walking under these trees there's always some birds in the tree somewhere, and they freak out when you go under the tree, like wings flapping everywhere and stuff. Either you scare them or they scare you at the same time, type of thing, you know. I was once in a castle at what's it called again? Dunstanburgh Castle, in the middle of the night, and I don't think you're supposed to go in, but this was years ago. Me and this medium went in, and this girl who was with her, who shall remain nameless, and we went into the castle, and we went up the staircase, and we sat on the stairs for a while. But actually, I'm missing a bit out. We went up the stairs, and I went into this very dark, like room thing, and I couldn't see a hand in front of my face, and I had the night vision camera, but I still couldn't see what was right in front of us. It was like a very narrow corner type of thing, very dark, and all of a sudden there was this right in my face. I nearly crapped myself. Apparently there was some nesting birds that I didn't know were there, and they suddenly just flew up in the air in front of my face, right next to us, right in my face basically. I nearly had kittens. I can tell you, I'll not forget that in a hurry. I've still got it on video somewhere. I don't know where it is. Well, I had it on video. I don't know if I've still got it. I might have it, but that was a while ago. It might be on a DVD somewhere. I used to put my recordings onto DVD before YouTube. I used to save them all onto blank DVDs, just from camcorder tapes, like high 8 tapes type of thing. You know, the Sony high 8 tapes, 8mm tapes. I used to like using them. I first got one of them camcorders actually when I was influenced by the film called Sex, Lies and Videotape. Oh shit! Starring James Spader, and it was directed by Steven Soderbergh. In that film, James Spader was using a Sony high 8 camcorder to interview women about God knows what. And he kept all the tapes of the interviews with them. And I was always influenced by that film, because I thought, I wouldn't mind one of them cameras that he's using. Because I really like James Spader. I was quite influenced by him and stuff in his films and that. So I really wanted one of them cameras that he was using in that film. So I eventually got one, and I bought it off the manager of the Cooperage, which is on the quayside in Newcastle. It's a really old pub. It's about 600, 700 years old or something. Because I did a few investigations in there years ago and stuff during the night. And anyway, I bought a camcorder off the manager, Sony one, like I say, a high 8. But I was mainly using it in the building, and I left it there. I used to go home eventually in the morning, and then I used to leave the camera in there to save us carting it back and forward, because I was doing constant investigations in the Cooperage. So what happened was, it seemed to be working fine. The viewfinder was black and white when you look through it. It didn't have a screen on it. It was like a viewfinder type. And when I finally did take it home, plugged it into my TV and all that, well, apparently what happened was, it wasn't quite working the way I thought it was. When I put it on the screen, it kept going from black and white colour to black and white, with like fuzzy lines across the picture, like interference type lines between changing from colour to black and white. So then I had to tell the guy who I bought it off, the camera's faulty. It appears that you've sold us a faulty camcorder. And he goes, oh no, it was working fine. I swear it was working fine. I didn't do it. But the funny thing was, when I was using the camcorder in the Cooperage to do the investigations, one night, me and him were at the front door of the Cooperage after all the staff left, the bouncers and everyone, the barmaids. He shut the front door, right, in the Cooperage, and we're standing at the bottom of the staircase. All of a sudden, there was a bang, crash, wallop, all sorts upstairs, really loud, hustle and bustle. There was nobody else in the building but us two. I says, what the hell was that? He goes, I don't know. And instead of going upstairs to investigate to see if there was burglars or anything, he went straight into the downside upstairs bar, and he didn't go investigate until later. And basically, I went upstairs later because the camcorder that I bought off him was on a tripod recording in the upstairs bar, pointed at the pool table. When I went upstairs, I thought my camera was going to be smashed, to be honest, and everything everywhere. It was still there on the tripod, still recording. When I played the recording back, you never guess what was on it. Well, none of that noise that we heard, the crashes, the bangs, the wallops moving around, that wasn't on there. It didn't record. But what I did record was, I heard somebody like in the room. There was somebody in the room, right? There's definitely somebody in the room. You could hear them. Couldn't see anyone. But I heard someone drop off like a step behind the bar. There's like a step up to between the bar somewhere. And I heard someone like drop off a step onto the wooden floor. Like doof. And then I heard someone go, like sniff. And that was it. Nothing else. There's some noises of the fridge in there, you know, where they keep the ice making machine type thing and that. Some noises off that. Nothing. It wasn't that it caused it. This was somebody. It was like a couple of like footstep things and someone dropping off the step, and then a sniff. That was all that was on there. No bangs, crashes, wallops, anything. I checked the whole tape. Nothing there. And then there was another night I was in there with them, and I stood some pool cues up against the pool table, like perfectly straight, right? Perfectly straight. And then I left the camera running to see if any of the pool cues moved or anything. What happened was, Clive, the manager, went upstairs, and then he went in the bar or something, and then he came back out, and he went past the pool table, and he was just going out the door, and one of the pool cues just went like this, and went smack on the floor, and they scared the shit out of him, and he went running down the stairs. And he come downstairs, he goes, "You never guess what just happened? The bloody pool cues, one of them just went bang on the floor, like fell over." And we went upstairs to try a few experiments to try and debunk it, to see if it could have been vibration from him walking past causing it to fall over. We stood it up straight again. He tried walking past loads of times, stamping on the floor, jumping. We both started jumping next to it. Everything wouldn't fall over. Nothing would move that pool cue. So whatever did that was not vibration or the wind of him walking past, the breeze, you know, because you move some air when you walk past things, sometimes it causes a slight draft. But nothing. So must have been something, I think. It was weird anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna try and sit down. I'm in heaven. Right. I'm sitting down because I'm in mortal agony. So I need to take some pressure off my back. So there's nobody else down here right now with me. Just me here, nobody else. So, anyway, I think I better finish this video off, because I don't know how long I've shot for here, but I've rambled on for a bit, so I've lost track of time, but it's really getting quite darkish now, quite dark. So I don't really want to be down here in the pitch black dark. It's sort of very dim. It's not pitch black dark, but it's too dark for the camera on normal shooting, normal light shooting, you know, normal exposure, not the night vision, the regular thing, you know, on the camera. So that's why I switched to the night vision, as I said earlier, because you wouldn't be seeing much. Well, you would, but it would look all greyed out and stuff, like black and white, and rather grainy, I should imagine. So I'm going to finish off here. This video has turned into like one of Jay Leno's monologues, only not quite as funny. You remember Jay Leno? Did anyone used to watch The Tonight Show with Jay Leno? I used to love that show. He was my favourite presenter of that show, because it switched over to Jimmy Fallon, who's also an actor in Hollywood, or he was. He was in a film with Drew Barrymore, which was called, what was it called again? Was it Fever Pitch? Because it was a remake of a British film about a guy, this girl's boyfriend, who was obsessed with football. But in the American version they changed it to baseball. It was called Fever Pitch or something like that. Yeah, he was in that, and he was in Taxi, the remake of Taxi, the Luc Besson thing, a remake of that. I think I'm going to need a paramedic in a minute. I tell you. If there's anyone watching out there who would like to give us a massage for like a £5 or something, I might be interested. Because my back's bloody killing us, I tell you. Oh, dear me. Is there any massage salons around here in Hebburn? I don't think there is. Anyway. Right. So I'm going to finish up now. So I'd just like to thank everyone for watching this video. If you made it to the end, congratulations and thanks very much for watching all the way through. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least some of it. Get me mouth a bit dry here. Just had some water before as well, it's dried up again. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed any of it, even if it was just like 5-10 minutes, can you please give us a like if you don't mind, and don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see some more videos from me at some point. And as usual, if you've got anything to say or ask me, just pop it down in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So I shall see you next time, and thanks very much for watching once again. So bye for now everyone. Ta-ra now. Ta-ra.